everyone, I'm here back and we are going to be working on a crochet kitten today. Hello everyone, I'm here back and we are going to be working on a crochet kitten today. I have to update and then we'll be on our way. So some of the other stuff I've been working on includes my spinning that I've been doing, spinning the wool into yarn, and right now I have a section of that that is being washed right now and drying. So I'm pretty excited about that. So my goal today, well, in the next couple, hopefully in the next week I'll be able to complete this. It's the Crochet Kitten by Amy Gaines. It's her pattern. We are going to be entering into the Ravelry Ravelinic Games. What that means is that I start and finish this kitten all in the time frame of the 2016 Olympic Games. And I am having a heck of a time trying to update this. So if you're familiar with Ravelry and you go to their page, they do have a bit of information on it, where you start and finish it, and you're eligible for medals and little prizes and all that. It's also been quite a while since I updated stream, so I kind of feel like I really don't know. I had half an hour to prepare and I can't I'm just having a lot of difficulty getting things going. So kittens. Alright, making sure we get that picture up in the corner there. So I'm going to be working on the little gray one. The pattern. Get you linked up to the pattern. Now, in order to access the pattern, you're going to have a Ravelry account. So just keep that in mind. And I did start my Ravelry page. It's going to be a G-hook. That's what the pattern calls for. Use some yarn in my stash. I have the black Karen 1 pound of love going on. If I can find that. But yeah, I have to start the project on Ravelry, otherwise it's I might not be I suppose I could start it at any time, but I have to start it and finish it in the time frame that they gave us. So I'm making sure that I have that all filled out, and making sure I save all that before so I can be considered for it. Yay! So we are live now. Alright. Tweet, tweeting, yeah! Okay. I am not even on the right page in Twitch. I am not. Like I said, a half an hour to prepare. Of course, in that half hour I did start washing my yarn and getting it all ready and actually trying to get to my yarn so I could prep this. Oh, we also put an order for like eyes. Glass bead eyes, something like, I mean, I'll probably be using these ones. See if you guys, what's the best way to see that? There we go. So these eyes I got from, I think it's Joann's. I got these eyes from Joann's. Obviously, $2.50 seems like a lot for 4 buttons that I'll be using for eyes, but I did find some glass craft eyes that is sort of an assortment that will be arriving hopefully on Tuesday. So I can actually finish the project and I have no, that's what I'm looking for, excuses. Alright, so I got the kittens in the corner there. Oh yes, the pattern. That's what I was looking for, was the pattern link. Kitten Amigurumi by Amy Gaines. Okay, and the pattern. So alright. Maybe I'll get everything streamlined like a good Twitcher and have all this set up and it's completely seamless. It's completely, behind the scenes. You never have to see it and everything is just good to go. Command list. What do I got in my command list here? I'm not sure why it's not logging me in. I will take the guided tour. I did that. Moobot has not joined my chat. Uh-oh. August 1st he was removed from my chat. What? Join chat. Alright. Where's my command list? There we go, pattern. Edit. Alright, and we're going to try some new, what's the default timer? Okay, well, not in the timers menu. Alright, cool. Where's my timers menu? Command timers, there we go. Default timer on. Edit. Nice path. Oh my goodness. That's a really, that'll be obnoxious. Ah, I see. Both the time and chat lines must have passed before a timer will trigger. Okay, cool. So it requires at least 10 chat lines. We will save that as the default timer. Excellent. Now everything, I believe, except the fact that this isn't in focus. Hand camera. Much better. Alright, we are very close to being able to begin. This pattern calls for a G-hook, G-size hook. The pattern is also calling for gray yarn. But I'm going to be using black instead. Black yarn. This pattern is worked in a spiral, so please mark the last stitch of each round to keep. There we go. Place with a stitch marker or safety pin. When starting a piece, the pattern calls for a ring. Use whatever ring you'd like, slip knot, double ring, adjustable loop. Chain 2, then start spiral and first chain, etc. The tail from the ring should be tightened and sewn into the piece and cut. I'm going to work on the sitting gray one. The pattern actually gives you two different kitties. We're going to do the gray one. So, 8 single crochets into the ring. I did not make this quite long enough. 6, 7, and 8. I do appreciate that she says, use whatever ring type you are comfortable with, since I do like this magic ring quite a lot. My yarn is already somewhat tangled. And I realize you guys can't see what I'm doing. At least not where I usually work. Maybe I'll just use the face camera. You can see my workspace, but that's not actually where I do the work. Work in the air a little more. I will have to readjust somehow. Two in each. Alright. Ah, stitch markers, that's what I was going to look for. I knew there was one more thing I was missing. Actually, I don't know where my stitch markers are. I think they're in the other room. I will have to borrow one from a different project. The arm of one of the from the draft I haven't quite finished yet. There is a Ravelry project for these Ravel Rennet games where it's a work in progress. So I will finish the cat first and then go back to the giraffe here. That way I'll have at least 2 entries for the Ravelry games. And if I'm really, really feeling motivated, if I can get my spinning done, I can spin up the yarn I bought. They're the roving I bought. The really, really nice stuff. I'm a lot more comfortable now with using it. I didn't want to use it, for my first couple projects, but I was able to, be a bit more confident. So I think I'm okay using that now. I mean, it was expensive. It was like $30 for 8 ounces, which I later found was insane. So, oops. I had no idea what to expect to pay. But live and learn. I've also been, there's a bunch of sites, some Etsy sites and some other websites on where to go to get decently priced roving to spin. Alright, and last set of 2 here. 1 and 2. And alright, 2 and 1, then 1. Okay, so stitch marker. We are working on the head right now. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. 1. I don't know how I got this so, this is supposed to be a center pull yarn, which I didn't have issues with it before. Now it's just all tangled. As long as you don't pull it too tight, keep it all loose, it should be able to just kind of undo itself as you go along. You don't ever want to just yank on it. One, okay, and then 2. 1 and 2. And 1. And 2. Yeah, this head wants me to put the eyes in before I stuff it and finish it. So I guess I'll just finish it and not actually, not do the stuffing part of it. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Oops. singles here. 2 singles, and then here's 1, 2 singles, and then 2 in 1 stitch. 1, 2, and 2 in here. 1, 2. Yeah, it looks like I'm getting almost knots in here. There we go. Where was I? Okay, I just finished 2 and 1. Okay, cool. So, singles. 1, 2. Now this pattern originally calls for the Vanna's Choice yarn, but I'm finding that this Caron 1 pound of yarn is about the same softness. It's a bit thicker and denser than the Vanna's Choice. Like the pink I use, this is a Vanna's Choice yarn, and they're both soft. Like they're softer than Red Heart for sure. But this one is a little, like it seems to have almost a more hollow center, which like gives it the illusion of being softer. But this is actually very thick. Thick and very, very warm if you were to make like a scarf or something out of it. I'm doing such a bad job of counting. One and 2, okay. And then 2 in here. The same one. And there goes my little piece of yarn, right there. Alright. Single crochet, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 7 rounds of just following along. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, this must be the top of the kitten's head. Like that. She didn't have me make ears though. So there's the head, the body. Ah, there are ears. The legs, the tail. Okay. So seven rows of the same stuff here. Nice and relaxing single crochet. Kind of interesting, this particular one, it almost seems like hexagonal, the way it's coming out, but it's not even the pattern. Like, there would be no reason for it to look that way, but it does. One of the other patterns that like my sister wanted me to do was something that looked like a honeycomb, beehive kind of thing. It's very cute, but it would take a really long time to do. A honeycomb bee blanket, and put on some little bee appliques. But her kids are older than that age, I think, would be appropriate for. Just start making it next time. Put it up on Etsy, or if someone needs a blanket at some point, it's a gift. Yeah, I think the yarn itself was, it's got some kinks on the inside, because while I'm doing the pull, I thought I screwed something up, but it's pulling out in chunks. I mean, maybe that's the design of it, but also a pound of black here. That's a lot of black. The other color I find myself using very often is the Red Heart Hunter green. People really seem to like things with the green in it and dark green, so I may have to get some more of that. I might switch up to a different brand though, because Red Heart is super scratchy. They're better than they used to be. I mean, they've made some definite improvements in the quality of their product, but it's still not as nice as like the Karen or the Lion. I'm still also interested in making dishcloths with the Red Heart scrubby stuff, though. I mean, it's a great way to use scratchy yarn, is to make scrubbies or dishcloths or whatever, tawashis. I need to make tawashis. See, maybe I should bring that pattern to the next time I go meet up with the Nerdy Knitters group, because that only requires 3 colors. Alright, we are done with the first of 7 rounds here. Should probably prep that tawashi pattern for printing and bringing along with me. Actually, that could probably fall underneath one of the categories for the Ravelry games, is home accessories. So the categories, I'm going to go to the web page. If you don't have a Ravelry account, you won't be able to access it. And the Ravelry accounts are free. But the categories are, you can make an Afghan, so Afghan Marathon, which is definitely something I'm not going to be able to do in the next 2 weeks. A bag, they call it the bag backstroke. I have an idea for a bag, however, some of the pieces are already made, so so we have to go into the whip category. So a cowl, they call it the cowl jump. Any cowl, smoke rings, and any other donut-shaped neckwear. Okay. Frogging trampoline. Find a finished or unfinished project of any age that you know you'll never finish or otherwise use, or an item you intend to recycle or upcycle, and frog it. Now, if you're not familiar with the term frogging, it's when you take a project and you just start pulling it apart, like this. This is frogging. You take the whole thing apart, you start over again. I have frogged 2 scarves I've made. One was one of the hunter green ones I was talking about. I couldn't remember who I was making it for. Granted, halfway through the frogging, someone reminded me who I was making it for, and I was like, oh, well, I guess that's not happening. So I frogged that. I mean, you frog a little to fix stuff. Like if you realize, oh shoot, I missed a stitch way back here, and you frog all the way back there and fix it. The other thing I frogged was the very first scarf I ever made. And I'm a little disappointed in myself because I didn't take pictures of it. So I made it. I wasn't quite happy with it. The ends were all jagged, and I hadn't been counting properly, and I wasn't doing the turns the same way, so it just turned out very, and not in a good way. Wavy and not in a good way. So I frogged that, and I still haven't done anything with it. It's that yarn is still just kind of hanging out in my stash, and it's been there for 14 years now. It's a long time. It's a really long time. I just haven't figured out what I want to do with it yet. So the frogging trampoline. So frog an item you intend to upcycle, recycle. Take a photo of it before of the unfinished project, and then an after photo of the reclaimed yarn. Set the project page status to frogged, not finished, and submit your photo to the finish line. Once your item is completely frogged, the yarn becomes stash, and you may be used to complete other projects. Even if you knit the same pattern again with the same yarn, it will still count as a new project. Which is why we need to see the before and after pictures. Okay. Frogging trampoline. I don't think I have anything like that. Everything I have started, I do intend to finish. So they also have a garment polo category for clothing, not included in other categories. A hat dash, any hats and headgear, berets, tams, skull caps, slouchy hats, headbands, etc. Household hepsalon? I don't know. For your home and decor project, things like pillows, washcloths, dishcloths, bookmarks too, caddies, cozies, baskets, holiday items, like stockings, ornaments, ribbons, okay, Halloween props, birthday cakes, etc. Birthday cakes, oh, probably like crocheted or knit birthday cakes, I guess. Mitten medley, so anything for your hands, so mittens or gloves, with and without fingers. Scarf hockey, anything that you define as a scarf that has unjoined ends. So unlike the cowl one, the cowl has to have joined ends, and the scarf does not. Shawl sailing, anything considered a shawl or a wrap. If it's triangular and worn around the neck and shoulders, it goes there. Alright, we finished round 2. Even with the little frogging example. They have sock put. which obviously is socks. A sweater triathlon. I don't even know how you can finish a sweater in 3 weeks. Of course, I've never really tried, but synchronized spinning. I might do this one. I do have the yarn, or I do have the roving, but it took me almost 7 weeks to spin the same amount of roving. So I need to think about that one. I only have 2 weeks left, and this next week is going to be a dyeing project. So synchronized spinning, any fiber of any preparation that's been spun into yarn. Please enter finished yarn through a stash page, not a project page. Toy toss, all toys, which is what this is going to be. And whips wrestling, any project that was started before the games that is finished during the games. So that will be the giraffe, hopefully. I really, really, really want to get that giraffe done, seeing as how the little girl's birthday is on the 27th of this month. I have 20 days to get that done. Actually, I have less than 20 days to get that done, because I still have to mail it out. Oof. Oh my goodness, the yarn keeps getting tangled, and it's just getting frustrating. Alright. Checking out some stuff that just popped up in my Twitter feed. The Altered Stitch, which is probably the yarn store that's closest to me, for artisan yarns and other stuff like that. They have Stranger Things. Oh no, it says it's broken. The link is broken. Stranger Things inspiration. But now I have to find their page manually, because the link is broken. Altered Stitch, Altered Stitch, Altered Sky. That's not in my favorite. I don't follow Altered Stitch. Altered Stitch, there we go. Oh, it looks like the picture on their front page is the Bangarang yarn. The one that I will be making my final Black Cat out of. But it's not the special Bangarang yarn, because it doesn't have the sparkles in it. Alright, are you obsessed with the show as we are? If you're looking for some Stranger Things inspiration for your next project, Bangarang by the Flying Kettle combines the holiday string lights in the Byers house and the darkness of Upside Down. Oh, well, I already have the yarn. And I've only watched one episode of Stranger Things. We only have a few skeins of the Glitter Sock Minis and Mongo DK left, so get them while you can. So yeah, I have the glitter stuff. Did I get the minis? No, she got the bigger one. She got the bigger skein of yarn. Oh yeah, I could put up a link to the Altered Stitch Facebook page so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Alright, so there's a link to the Altered Stitch there. That's the Facebook page with the yarn that I will be using. Alright, we're coming up on the completion of round 3. This is going to be a much bigger cat than I thought it was going to be. How much? Let's see what the pattern says it's going to be. It doesn't give me final dimensions. I also need to look up on how to use safety eyes. They look like they have two parts to them. So when I get them, hopefully there will be some instructions on how to use them. Also, the little pink nose, how does she do that? I can't quite see if she uses yarn or just like thicker. It looks like she actually uses embroidery thread, which means I would have to find embroidery thread. But she doesn't list that in the instructions. Arms, legs, tails. With pink thread, embroider nose, and with white thread, embroider whiskers. Okay. She includes that under the tail section, not the head section though. But that's something I think I would like to do before I stuff the head. I'm just wondering with black yarn and those black eyes if that's actually going to work or if I should find some other alternative. Like, I don't even know if you'd be able to see these against the black. It's freaking creepy. They also look kind of small. A lot of the eyes are measured in millimeters also. So these are 9mm eyes. See, I'm going to make a note of that. 9mm. And I say eyes, but they're really buttons. Let's see how accurately I can measure them also, in case I ever have to do that on my own. Alright, so... It'll be pretty close. But I'm trying to measure from like the rounded edge to the rounded edge. I probably have to be measuring from the back side. But I don't want to take them off the cardboard until I'm ready to use them. Hello, Abysseus. It's good to see you. I'm just debating what kind of notions to use when I get to the point that I need to add them on. Alright, and I've just finished round 3 and I'm working on round 4. Yeah, in order to access that, I hope you have a Ravelry account to check out the pattern. I don't think you can access it without it, but hopefully you are able to do that. But creating a Ravelry account is pretty easy too. So what kind of crafting do you do? Round 4. I'm also pretty new to the eye thing and determining what kind of notions I need to use for that kind of stuff, and sewing on the faces versus other methods. Like, I also found that you can buy little plastic beads that look like noses. So they had like pink ones that were triangle shaped, and that you could use for like kitten noses. They also had black ones that were a little more rectangular that you could use for dog noses. Um, I mean, I'm not very comfortable sewing on the button type, so I usually just make it out of colored yarn since I have many colors of yarn laying around. Abyss. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to say your name here. Abyssus Puella? Puella? Abyssus Puella? Okay, round 4 is done. Got 3 more of these types of rounds. And then I start making it smaller. The pattern also calls for like a bit of white to give this little dark kitty some white paws. I think I'm gonna stick with that. I think I will use the little white paws. Just kind of breaks it up a little bit and gives it another little bit of a dimension there. Almost done with round 5 already. Are you familiar with Ravelry? Do you have an account there? Entered your crafting stuff on it? I believe this is round 5 I'm starting. Just finished round 4, round 5. Starting 5. I should really probably be writing this down. Like writing it in chat or something so I can see it and keep track of it. 5. Stuck on the buttons. I don't think I should wait for the eyes to come in to finish this project. I think I might just make them on my own, like a black center, sort of make an oval going on, black. I might probably make these green eyes. I have some really bright green. I should, like neon green cat eyes. But yeah, I think these ones I will, maybe I'll use the needle to just go around in a circle for the eyes on this one. Yeah, we'll use the needle. My bright green yarn. I don't wanna use up these buttons. They look too small, and I don't want to wait, because if I wait for something else, then I just probably won't finish it, and I don't like not finishing things. Which you wouldn't know I didn't like finishing things if you looked at the amount of freaking crochet projects I started and haven't finished yet. However, in the past couple months, I have finished quite a bit of crochet projects that I had started God knows how long ago. So I have been completing them. And I know there's one that I still haven't even found yet that I really would like to complete. I was making a red and black scarf, a very, very comfy red and black scarf. But at the ends of the scarf I was making pockets, so I was essentially just folding it over and putting them together, but then I was also going to line the pockets section with like a silky material, so I could actually put stuff in the pockets and not lose it. Because to make the scarf softer, I used a larger hook size, therefore the holes are bigger, and I wouldn't want to put like change in there and just have it fall all over the place. So, but I found the yarn I was using, like the scraps of it, but I never actually finished the project, so I have no idea where it went. This is disappointing. Alright, so this is round 6, I believe. I don't even remember. Finishing round 6 here. And one more after this. And the head will be complete. Like I said, this is a bit bigger than I thought it would be. I was expecting the cat to be like, this big, but like if this is the head, and in proportion with the picture, it's gonna be like this tall. I thought it was gonna be like this tall. Or this tall. Hopefully it's still cute. Hopefully I make it cute. Don't destroy it. There was a couple Christmases ago, I went home, and you pull out all the ornaments out of the box, and there's the stuff you made when you were little and whatever. And I distinctly actually remember making this one. I don't know how old I was, but we had gone to the local library, and they had like a bunch of felt pieces that were pre-cut out, and you were supposed to glue them on in a certain order that would create like a smiling little teddy bear. So you had the teddy bear brown outline, and you had like these overalls that were cut out in the right shape. But the part that apparently tripped me up was the eyes and the cheeks. So we were to draw on the face with a Sharpie, like a permanent marker. And then there was 2 pink dots for the cheeks, and then there was 2 white dots for the eyes, and then there was 2 little black, I don't remember if they're black dots or if I think they helped us sew on like seed beads or sequins or something like that for the eyes. Well, I apparently didn't understand that the pink pieces were for the cheeks, and they were slightly bigger than than the white pieces for the eyes. So what I ended up doing is I put the pink underneath the white for the eyes. So it actually looked like my teddy bear had like freaking some eye disease or something, like pink eye or whatever. So you have the pink circling the white, and then there's the black dots in the middle. So my teddy bear didn't have any, rosy cheeks. It just had like eyes that looked like it had a cold. P.S. That teddy bear ornament is still sitting at my parents' house, and it comes out at Christmas time. I mean, it's all in a cute little candy cane. There's that, I guess. Of course, my sisters look just fine. It's not that I didn't like activities like that, it's just that they went so slow. So eventually I'd get bored and I'd just like go ahead of the group. And that's how I made mistakes like that. When I went to swimming lessons, I don't think I ever actually passed all the levels of swimming lessons at our community center or whatever. Because every single instructor was like, she doesn't follow instructions. I'm like, I don't follow instructions. You guys take too long to give them. She doesn't sit still. No, I'm a child in the water. Of course I'm not going to sit still. It's freezing. I understand that it's a heated community pool, but it's fucking cold. Well, obviously I wasn't going to say that when I was like 6 years old, but I kept moving around because I got so cold in the pool, waiting for everybody else to swim out to the other instructor and swim back and swim out to the instructor and swim back. I mean, when you have a class of like 15 kids, it just, you get freaking bored, and you're little, and I just remember being bored a lot. But that also meant I didn't follow instructions. So, whatever. I mean, I guess what's most frustrating about it is that I tried to follow instructions. I did. I really did, but alright, we are coming up on the last round here. Finishing up number 7. And my number 7 is really round 11, it's just that there was 7 of the exact same thing. Alright, next one is stitch 2 together and then 2 single crochets. Okay. There's the 2 together. single crochets. I did find another method that somebody had for what they called, the invisible uh, crochet, like the invisible, I don't know what the heck do they call it. Basically when it says, stitch two together. And I tried it, and I didn't like it. What it ended up doing is puckering kind of strangely, and it added weird little corners to my work. So I would rather just skip the one and go into the next one than create the weird little pocket that the invisible one made. It was not invisible. It was very, very visible. It was more visible. So yeah, it's like, oh, but when you do it this way, you have holes. And I'm like, when you do it this way, you have corners and something that's supposed to be round. No, thank you. Alright, skip 1, 2. This one's a skip. 1, 2. Skip. 1, 2. Skip. 1, 2. Skip. 1, 2. Skip. So much yarn needed. And 1, 2, and I'm gonna double check my counting here. I haven't done that this project yet. So this should be 24. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Excellent. Alright, next. Stitch two together and 1 single crochet. Bend, slip stitch, next stitch, and cut yarn to leave a 12-inch tail to sew head onto body. Okay. So, skip. And 1 single crochet. And skip. And 1 single crochet. Skip. And finish. And 1 single crochet. And skip. Finish. 1 single crochet. And skip. Finish. And 1 single crochet. And skip. Finish it. 1 single crochet. crochet. And skip. And finish it. And 1 single crochet. Alright. I say, and slip stitch into next stitch, finish off, leaving a 12-inch tail. Just leave a really long tail, and pull that through, slip stitch, actually, make this into a knot, not risk having it fall apart. There we go. So, there is the head. And so the body will be about this big. Or at least the neck. The neck will be about that big. Looks like it'll work. Now, put that long tail inside there. Take our stitch marker back. And work on the next section. Secure safety eyes and stuff head firmly. Set head aside. Oh, I need to do the eyes. Alright, so my bright green yarn here is very, very bright green. Like my headphones. And it's a mess. That actually, there's not the right end. Such mess. Much mess, very green. Maybe that was the right end. This is the right end. Is it? How is that impossible? This is not the right end. I don't know what's going on with my green. I don't even need this much, like, at all. Just find the end to make some freaking eyes with. Alright, we'll use this much. And the needle. Oh no, my needle's gone. Okay, well, I guess I need to go find my needle. I'm pretty sure I know exactly where it's at, so I will be back in about a minute while I go find my needle. Hello, I'm back. Sorry for that. I went down to San Diego Comic-Con and I brought some of my crochet stuff with me. I made Pokeballs. Well, one on the train ride down there. But I did need the needle for that. So it is here. My awesome little bag. Oh, crochet stuff. Yeah, I've been trying to have like slightly more portable projects. Pokeballs are great portable projects where I can bring them somewhere else and work on them and all that. The giraffe is not a portable project. I believe there are 17 different colors in that pattern, so it's kind of insane and not very portable. Alright, so work on getting this going. Really wish this camera would behave and actually show a little more of my hands here. I'm definitely going to need to redo my cameras. I am so sorry, everyone. Alright. To make little eyes. I'm not even quite sure if I'm going to do this right. So I do want a bit of a black center in them. So I need to figure out how to do this so like I have an entire stitch that is the center. I'll just kind of start and see what happens. Oh, I did not even thread that very well. How did I even pull that off? Oh no, that worked. It just got twisted. Excellent. So partially pull through, leaving a little to tie it off at the end there. So try and make little eyes that, oh, yeah. I need to sort of layer. I have a very long tail from finishing this off. But I'm going to bring everything in through the same stitch when I go in, or when I come back out of the head. And that way, darn it, I do not want to pull it out though. I need to leave that end in there. It is the end, it stays inside. Alright, so maybe 3 around here. Alright, so now we'll go into the next stitch. Around. Make some handmade eyes here. Sewn on eyes. And there's space for the nose too. When it gets to that point. So we'll do 2 there. And go into this one here. I hope it's pretty obvious that I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I mean, I have an idea of what I think should work, but I don't think my execution at the moment is going to work with that. So I need to leave black in the center too. Hello there! Thank you very much, Mr. 562, for the follow. Are you a crafter yourself? As I work on making some green cat eyes, hopefully with some black in the middle here. That's sort of, kind of, not really. I think I'm going to have to backtrack on this and start a different way. I was trying to do sort of an around and around method, but I don't think that will be... Basically I was trying to go around this, but that would just mean everything came out of the center and there would be no black center. So I think I need to sort of approach it a bit differently. Got to make that change. So, alright. Trial and error, that's how you make stuff, that's how you make things happen. Learn new things, right? So, I'm working on that gray cat up in the corner there, but I'm making it black instead. And I don't currently have the safety eyes, so I'm trying to make my own method of eyes here. And I'm not exactly fast at it. Alright, there we go. Oh yeah, good. I'm glad that you're just starting out and it's fun but yeah, I do a lot of trial and error kind of things like this. Yeah, I've watched other people on other streams frog their stuff and they're like, nope, that didn't work, let's try it again. Because yeah, I mean, I ordered some eyes for this, and I'm brand new to making the eye parts, and I found out there's a lot to learn about all the little bits and pieces when you're making amigurumi stuff. I mean, the first couple things I did, they're like, oh, just sew on eyes, a thread, which is what I'm doing now. But even when I was doing those simple ones, it's like, wow, eyes can be hard. You gotta try and, it's not just like, oh, make a circle. No, it's like, okay, now you have to make this circle, but you have to use the stitches in order to do it. So I'll figure out where I want it, because we don't have the ears on yet. So let's say I put an ear there, ear there. Let's say I want the eye around here. I want to come out first. So what kind of stuff have you done so far? Oh yes, I have a feeling this is going to work much better already for what I'm thinking. Do you do amigurumi stuff, or are you more into like clothing type things? Let's see, since I put that in there and I don't want it to pop back out, I want to tie a knot of some sort to prevent it from coming back, because I want to go out through the same hole. I don't think that's going to be possible, so I'll just have to go back through it like this. There we go. This cat might have some weird square little eyes. I'll just follow along and make it like thicker, and maybe I can round it out. I want 2. go 2 though, so let's try and backtrack a little and only make it like 1 stitch around. It was kind of coming out rectangular. Let's see if I can actually make it square. Backtracking here. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. Oh no, and of course I loose the thread off of the needle. I also haven't been streaming in probably about 2, almost 3 weeks. I had life happen, so it got really, really busy around here. Okay, so we'll try with the eye again and try and make it slightly more square, and then we can round it off a bit later. It still doesn't want to turn out square, per se, but we will go ahead and do it this way. Ah, yes, much better. Good. Well, the eye is actually looking a bit rounder, like a cat eye. That is what I wanted. Something a little bit more like this. So, go around a few more times, make it look a little more, get a little more thickness to it. Go into this one over here. Yeah, since I went around in a circle though, I don't know how much I can really round it out. Because the parts where it doesn't look round are the holes where the needle went through. The spaces where the needle went through. Well, we can go around again, at least make it a bit more pronounced. There we go. Let's see. Through a little tighter. One of these is a bit loose still. So the underside of this definitely doesn't look as pretty as the outside of it. Alright, well, I want to get up through here. Nope, nope, nope. Come on, little needle. There we go. Good, so I've made green cat eyes. Eye, singular. I made a green cat eye. So I'll flip this inside out a little and tie it off and then go work on the other one. I am not unhappy with that little eye. Alright. That's eye number 1. So we'll go over here a little further. I do wish the ears were on. I'm wondering if now, looking at if I made it too high. So there's one eye, and it actually looks like it's a little too high in the head. Get the ears, go here. Maybe I'll just move the ears back when I put them on, because I have that option. But I do want the eyes on the same line here, so you gotta follow the crochet stitches, and probably right around here is where I'd start the other one. Down there. So, same line, so you're pretty much like on the, basically if this was like the earth, it'd be the same latitude. Same latitude. Alright. Same eye latitude. There we go. Yeah, the underside looks a lot different because I'm crisscrossing underneath, so I don't lose some of the previous stitches. And of course, again, came off the needle. Alright, I have like 2 more pull throughs to do, and then I should be done with the eyes there. I did go diagonal on that one, didn't I? Alright, first I'm gonna get this out of the way. I have the very long tail for later sewing that is actually getting in the way of these. Alright. Now. All of that. And
That end up being lamb.
what do we want here?
Well, my lamb is Lewis.
Yeah, mine is Lewis. Maybe one's only 2.
Alright, so I came in through this one here.
Did you go here or did
Now I come out through this one.
Well,
Yeah, the way I'm doing this, if I go back through the same one I just went through, I'll undo that work. I don't want to undo any work. Alright, so we got cat eyes now. They're a little higher than I probably should be, but they're there. This is just a practice one. I mean, I will be improving upon the techniques later. I mean, that's why I'm doing practice ones. So when I get to the really, really nice yarn I want to use, then I know how to do this. I know what I want. But also, hopefully, I will have the eyes to sew on. That'll be a little easier. Tie this off here. And we have a black head with eyes. Almost looks very alien-like because there's nothing else on it. A little cute blob. Blob, blob, blob. Alright, so he's gonna hang out here. Watching you. Well, watching me, really. Alright, little bit of green there. It's stuck in my hook. Alright, take a look at the pattern again now. Where I'm on to the body. Have him staring at me again. Creepy blob. Magic ring with 6. Where did I just put my needle? Did I leave it attached to the yarn? No, the needle's right here. It goes in the candle holder. Mr. Geist, hello! Yeah, I do. I did notice that, like, I have the problem with the chair and the bobbing, and I just hope nobody watching gets motion sick off of me moving around. Well, I have some really, really nice yarn, like very expensive yarn that a friend bought and said, make me something. So, and she wants a black cat. The yarn is mostly black. So I'm making practice ones, so in case there's something weird about the pattern, that I figure it out on my cheap yarn and not the really nice stuff. So that's why it's a practice one. I don't know what I'll do with the ones that I finish. Maybe I'll give them away to my nieces for Halloween or something. Little black cats, okay. Maybe I'll try and put them on my Etsy store if they're really that, if they do turn out pretty well. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Hope this stuff cleans well. See if I
5. Starting is so awkward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be 6. We'll count 6 after I'm done here. Alright. Like those eyes I just made, like I feel like I just made those up. I just like that seems like a good idea. Let's just try it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this would be number 6, okay. 6. 2 in each stitch. That's might not be. Alright, so here's 1. And 2. The next stitch is 3. And 4. Got tangled yarn here. It doesn't seem to want to do what it's supposed to. And next stitch is 5. And 6. And next is 7. And 8. That's 7. I just finished. Now 8. Next. And 10. And 11. And 12. Okay. I usually count off that first row because putting in a stitch marker in a area that's so small just makes it even more difficult to try and work around it. Alright. So that's the second row. Now I'll put in the stitch marker because I got a little more surface area to work around it. Yeah, I usually don't count out loud all my stitches. That would be obnoxious to anybody watching or in the same room as me. 2 in one stitch, 1 in the next. Okay. So what kind of things have you made before, Mr. Geist? I know we had the conversation about I'm saying your name wrong, but I am sorry. Misergeist, that's right. There's no Mr. in there. next one is 2 in the next. Okay, so 1, 2, and then 2. 1, 2. And then 2 inside this one. And 1, 2. And 2 inside this next one. This one, this is 2, and then 2 inside this other one. Okay, and the next row here, where are we? 3, and then 2. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 inside here. And 1, 2, 3. Now the next line of this calls for single crocheting in the back loops, which I think is a great idea, because what I'm making right now is the base of the body, and by doing it in the back loops, it's kind of creating like a pivot point for the rest of it to be like, hey, now we're going in a different direction, which in this case will be up instead of flat. So I really appreciate that that's actually in the instructions, the back loops. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, and now 2 in this one. Now, one of the things I should do is contact some of these pattern designers and be like, hey, by the way, I'm going to stream your pattern, me making this pattern on Twitch, if you'd like to come watch and, check it out. So I might try and find Amy Gaines, who's the one who did this pattern, and be like, hey, I've already started it. If you want to come check it out, here's my link.
I just want to make sure I do it right.
So I don't know when I'll stream next. I might be able to stream tomorrow night. I have to double check my calendar. But I might send her a message inviting her to come hang out. And then 2 inside here. 1 and 2. And it looks like it's a single crochet here, and then it'll be the back loops. Back loops only, which is that the inside loops, the outside loops? Probably the inside loops. Alright, so single crochet all the way around on my inside loops. Come on, there we go. Also, having the creators here, if I'm like, I don't understand what this means, or I don't know how to do that stitch, you know, they watch me do it and they're like, oh no, this is what I meant. I'll be like, oh cool, alright, I get it. Or like, I'm a dumbass, I'm sorry, I still don't understand what you're telling me what to do. Let's see here, what do we got? Sorry, excuse my language. Alright, so single crocheting all around with this. Next after this, it'll be regular 2 rows of single crochet as normal through both loops. See, the body here feels significantly smaller than the head. Like this is the base of the body, and this is what I have for the head. Like that just seems somewhat disproportionate, but I mean maybe the bigger head thing is cute. I mean, looking at the picture, the head is bigger. When I do stuff it, it'll stretch out a bit and not look so lumpy. So don't worry about the lumpy. I know it looks lumpy. I'm sorry you're a lumpy blobby head with really kind of cute but creepy green eyes. And 7, 8, 9. So that'd be 3 rows of single crochet, not just 2. Alright. This last one also in the back loop, and then we will start the 3 rows of regular crochet. And 1. I'll finish these 3 rows and then I will be ending the stream for the day. It's about lunchtime here. I'm getting very, very hungry. I might come back later on tonight, I might not, but got some other regular life stuff to do. press pulling is a little too tight. These are not sliding through like they should. Oh, it is because they were in the back stitches, maybe? I'm not... They're just a little harder to pull through. Alright, so that's the first round of single crochet. On the second row here. Hello, Ryan the Gladiator. You're catching me right at the end of my stream today. I have one more row to go, and then I need to call it. So, do you work on any crafting here? No! And you like to type in all caps too. But yeah, I have one more round on this thing, and I do need to call it. It is past my lunchtime. Ah. Well, that's, yeah, this chat's been pretty chill most of the day. I've had a few people in and out. I might come back on later tonight, but that depends on, just what else I get done today. Alright, last row. So yeah, I've started working on the cat, the gray cat. I'm doing the standing one, not the pouncing one. So the head's done, mostly done. Nice little green eyes. And this is the body of the cat. It's gonna sit down here. So, ooh, that's tempting. I can't tell you for sure, but what I was pondering before is to contact the gal who created the pattern and just let her know, hey, I'm working on your pattern. If you want to watch me stream it, you know, this is my link, and this is when I'll be on next. So I'll probably be on tomorrow evening, around 8, between 8 and 10. But I will definitely post that on my channel page when I find out for sure. Yeah, I don't know if these people who create the patterns, because they put them up on the Ravelry website, and then I don't know if they're still active on Ravelry, and or even if, their emails are still, good because people update their emails, but can you imagine if you went and updated your email for every single site you've ever registered with it? I don't think I could do that. I usually just start a new account. The decrease will be the rear end of the kitty. Okay, wow, that next... I'm wondering if I should just go through and finish the body part, because it gets a little complicated. And since I'm already, in the zone... Alright, change my mind. I'm staying on a little longer and finishing this part of it, because it's kind of complex and complicated. And I have the patience to do it now. Yeah, you have me for a bit longer. Let's see, so this is round number 9, and you have me through round number 20. I'll also be counting a lot since it gets complicated. Alright. Finish number 9. Number 10 says, stitch 2 together and then 3 single crochet. Alright, and I have to do that 3 times. So, 2 together. Boyfriend. But yes, the significant other is sitting behind me. Two, and 3, and stitch 2 together, and then 1. Haha, yeah. 2, 3, yeah, totally, love life hype. And this is my last one where I stitch them together. And 1, 2, and 3. So single crochet the last 15 stitches once each. The decreases will be the rear end of the kitty. Okay, so what I just did, that will be the back. And single crochet. Okay, I was like slip stitch. No, single crochet. So single crocheting the rest of this. Alright. So they told me where I will be putting the tail, essentially, when I get to that point. I'm doing pretty well. It's actually a bit warm in here. I live in Southern California, and we have our computer set up out in the garage area, which is not air conditioned, but we have a AC unit. So I'm doing well, but hot. It's my first day in a few weeks where I've actually had a day to myself to choose what I want to do. I've been traveling quite a bit the past 2 weeks, just life and stuff. I had to go home for a funeral, and then I was out in, I went to Comic-Con in San Diego, which was pretty awesome and very tiring. Lots of walking. Stitch 2 together, 2 single crochets, repeat 3 times total. Stitch 2 together. 1, 2, stitch two together. And then single crochet the rest of the way around. What about you? How are you today, Ryan? The gladiator? No problem. So do you just hang out on Twitch watching creative streams, or you kind of watch everyone? The gamers, the makers, the commenters? Round 12 and 13. Watch the creative when you're bored. That's cool. Alright. So I got 2 rounds here. Wait, 3? 12 and 13. 2 rounds of single crochet. Alright. Got something going on later on, or just that bored? You gotta come watch creative. He is working on some visual effects stuff behind me. Trying to take a look at what you see. What do you see? Yeah. Trying to figure out exactly what you see here. Yeah, this is some visual effects stuff. My real name is Rachel. I'm guessing your name is Ryan. Okay. Let's run 1 of 2. My poor wrist. While you're hanging out in my stream, we're not buddies now. Alright, second time around with this. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9. Okay. Right. The only way. And if people don't have social media platforms, well, then there's no way you can be friends ever. I have at least two friends who absolutely refuse to get Facebook. The only way to contact them is texting. So, three people. They just don't do it. They're like, I have better things to do in my life than do some weird following other people thing. I don't know. I joined Facebook because at the time it was sort of an elite thing to do. It was, you had to have a school. They must be old. Not really. They're about my same age. Yeah, all three of them. One of them's a little older, but not that much older. Yeah, so I was a little disappointed when Facebook was opened up to everybody in the world. So I suppose that might date me, like how old I am, that you had to have a school email address to even join. Well, if you really want to know how old I am, you need to make a guess first. I'm not just going to tell you. Alright, stitch together 2, repeat 4. Okay, so stitch together 2, 4 single crochet. One, two, 3, 4. Ah, no, gotta be a real guess. I can't even be legally on the internet and have a Twitch account if I'm 12, so try again. Just a minute. Alright, 29. That's a good guess. I am 34. Two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Stitch together 2. Kind of lost my place. Oh, there we go. Stitch together 2. 22. All right. 1, 2. What kind of games do you play? Stitch together 2. Stitch together 1, 2, together 2. Man. 3. I'm a little worried about this pattern here, because like, I only have 5 more rounds to go. Okay. I was like, because this seems like a very short body. Alright, so that's the back of the cat. Right here, back of the kitty. Tail. Front of the kitty. Okay. Alright, and then single crochet around. Cookies and oatmeal. I have a Facebook page for my crocheting stuff. We can start with that. Along with the pattern, I was going to rotate, like how it keeps popping up, hey, this is today's pattern. I was going to throw in my Facebook page, but I was going to do that a little later. However, it seems like that would be a good place to start. On my Facebook page, I put up pictures of what I've been working on and all that kind of stuff. Copy. Can always leave me messages here. And you can see. There you go. See what I'm up to. You alright? He keeps saying he's okay, but I think he just doesn't want to cough loudly while I'm streaming. It also smells like burning in here, which was the other thing I asked when I turned off the headset. I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. I was like, does it smell like burning? And he says the roommates are starting up the grill and grilling outside. I'm like, but it smells like burning. Oh, yes, I do have a Twitter. Ryan is awesome. Alright, so if you follow my Hypers Hooked Creations, or Hypers Creations on Twitter, I'll go ahead and give you a follow back. So when I get that notification, I will go ahead and return the favor. Yeah, so if you follow me on the Twitters, I'll usually put up a notification anywhere between like 5 minutes and half an hour of when I am going to stream. Also, if you follow me on Twitch, it will, and if you choose the notification option, it will send you an email when I go live if you have your email like sent to your phone or whatever. So there's a couple different ways, and then the Facebook page, but you said you're on Facebook. I also, it should repeat what the Twitter says, but that hasn't been working and it makes me mad. Or like sad, frustrated, disappointed, not really mad. It takes a lot to make me mad. You know, I can be annoyed. I tell someone I'm annoyed with them. They're like, no, you're mad. I was like, no. You haven't seen me mad. Like, if I'm mad, someone must have seriously screwed up. Alright, so I did the single crochet around, stitched together 2 and 3 single crochets. Okay. So we will stitch together 2. And 3 single crochets. You followed. Twitter's not telling me you followed yet. There it is. Action Ryan! I'm guessing that's you. 2 and 3. Okay. And then I follow you back. And why can't I see the follow button? That's weird. There it is. Oh, crap. El follow. I mean, I have my stuff open. Okay, so stitch together 2. Did I do that? Oh, I did do that. Oh, how was I so ahead of the game there? And then 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. Stick together 2. Yep, sorry. And 1. I do have another account with a pony on it. That's my archives account. 2, 3. So I have 2, I have 3. I have 4 Twitter accounts total. One of them I totally forgot about until I searched my own name, and I was like, oh yeah, there was that one. The very first one I ever started. Which has more tweets and more followers than any of my other ones, which I was like, why? I haven't done anything in years. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I should probably start stuffing this one. Although, I would like to sew on the tail before I stuff it. Ears, legs, tail. But I don't want to... Yeah, she put the eyes a lot lower. Like, whole section lower. I have a feeling I'm going to want to go back and fix the eyes. They just seem too high up. Which one am I on the most? The playing games one. The me playing games, which should also be on my channel profile page, the gaming one. Okay. So, you really like oatmeal raisin cookies, eh? Alright. Have you played a game called Cookie Clicker? Mr. You like cookies so much? It's a game all about cookies. Sort of. Also, I think the easiest way to ruin oatmeal raisin cookies is to put way too much sugar or cinnamon in them. Alright. 17, 18, 19, 20. I have 4 rounds of single crochet. These are the last 4 rows I got here. Alright, well, I've had Cookie Clicker running on my computer for 4 weeks now. It's a browser-based game. It's all about clicking cookies and making cookies, making lots of cookies. Making billions and billions and quadrillions of cookies. I feel like I might not have enough stitches because this is a very, very small little... small, round... The tail's going to be even smaller and worse though. I'm making the neck of the kitty cat right now. Alright, let me give you that. Prepare to lose your life to that. Click, 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 click. this even 20 stitches? I mean, I suppose it could be. Finish this and see what it's like. Time to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, there's supposed to be 16, so yeah, I'm pretty close. Alright, so there's round 1. Here's 2. Starting 2. So when you can, let me know what you think of that. Clicking is fun, isn't it? I found that game through a webcomic. Yeah, have you heard of GamerCat? Actually, I should probably catch up on GamerCat comic. The author artist updates a couple times a week. It's been a few weeks since I've been able to check it out. So, nope. Okay, let me find GamerCat too. Oops. Kitten. GamerCat. So if you play games, GamerCat makes reference to a bunch of different games. But if not, he's still a cute little kitty. And so are his friends. Cute little kitties. Well, most of them are cute. One of them's like almost a bully. Almost. Not quite. Like Nyan Cat makes an appearance, and Grumpy Cat makes an appearance, and I think even Garfield makes an appearance. Maybe Garfield? I don't remember. But yes, it's a comic about a cat who plays games. And some of his other cats. Okay, so round 2 is done. 2 more rounds, and then I gotta go. Next round. And there's GamerCat. The one I linked you to is the very first one. Yeah, that's the very first one I linked you to. At the bottom, you can hit next, and it'll keep bringing you to, the next comic in the series. Alright, and I'm on my last round here. So... yeah, the home page for GamerCat brings you to the most recent one, so I just hit first and brought you all the way to the beginning. Sometimes you'll read the most recent one, it won't make sense, and it might even be a spoiler for other ones, so I just brought you to the beginning. Alright, this is my last round here for this, yeah, it's totally real now that we're both following each other on Twitter and whatnot. So, but yes, as far as Twitter goes, the one I use lately most often is the me playing games. I'll just post about random game stuff. I try and keep them separate per subject, so like if I'm posting about crochet stuff, it goes under the Hooked Creations one. And then if I post about archive stuff, which I might start getting back into, I volunteer occasionally, but not during the summer. And then I'm going to be getting back into some of the digital stuff, so there's all those ways that I'm online, have my online presence. And then, of course, the Facebook page. And I said you don't have Facebook. You should still be able to see the Facebook page. Haha. Alright, well, I have reached the very end of the body pattern here for this. So we'll have a bit of a tail here. Are you a mod for other chats? You know how demanding moderators can be, or channel owners can be of their moderators. Alright, so I want to wait till I have the tail before I stuff this, because if I stuff it and then, well, or chat, other streamers. Do you mod for anyone else? Alright, so this is essentially my kitty cat. There we go, like that. Yeah, the head needs a lot of work. It sort of looks like a mushroom at this point because it doesn't have ears or a tail. So from my perspective, it looks like a mushroom with eyes. I'm probably going to have to move the eyes down. And it's not so bad. I mean, it didn't take a lot of... What? Oh no, I've done that already. It does not look like that. If anything, it's closer to a lampshade. So if you get on Ravelry and find me on Ravelry, you can take a look at my previous projects, which do include a penis. So, with that, I will conclude my stream. And I hope you have an excellent day, Ryan. And for anybody watching this, after the fact recorded, I'm currently working on the Ravellinic Olympic Games hosted by Ravelry. And this is going to be going in the toy section for the toy toss, is what they call it. Thank you. And I'll be contacting Amy, the creator of this cat pattern that you see up in the corner. This corner, right here, above me. And hopefully she'll actually stop by and also join us too. Ravelry. Hello, JMCD. Ravelry is a crocheting, well, not just crochet site. It's for anyone who, and it's called a knit and crochet community is their tagline. So that's a link to Ravelry right there. And my name on Ravelry is Miss Rachel. So if you want to find me there and connect up that way, I also have a Facebook page. Facebook page is probably the better way to communicate with me. And the link to the Facebook page is also there. And I'm so sorry, JMC. I am signing off for the afternoon. As I said to Ryan before, I might come back later on tonight, but that's up to ya. Alright, so you guys have a great night, and I will see you later. I should be on again tonight or tomorrow. If not, come back and check out my channel page, and I'll update there when I will be streaming next. So you guys have a wonderful night or afternoon. I mean, it's only 3:45 here. And I will see you guys later.